Clipping on top, right? Cool. Yeah. Nice. All right, and we are live. Good night, everybody. Welcome to Trini TechCast Beta 2. We plan to do 4 beta tests. This one is the second one. Last week was the first one. And we are trying to figure out this. So I tried a totally different software. Last week we used Google Meet. This time I'm using OBS Ninja for those of you who don't know. So we're on YouTube and we are going to start talking about stuff. All right. So first up, I had the transitions. I don't know why I ain't get the transitions yet, but I ain't get the transitions yet. Anyway, there you go. First topic is Uber, right? So you heard about the Uber hack that happened this week?
Yeah, this week, yeah.
So here what happened with Uber, right? According to this Wired article that I have here, right? These people, they're 18-year-old, get into their system. Now, first of all, how old were you when you probably did your first hacky thing? Like you get into another system or
me?
yeah.
Probably 19,
19?
20, somewhere around there.
What did you
What I did?
Yeah. I'll tell you mine or no?
I got my neighbor's Wi-Fi password.
How may I ask?
Linux.
Kali Linux.
Some things I can't remember. That was like a while ago, over 10 years. I can't remember the exact thing I did, but yeah, I was a university student at the time going away. Place I was staying, had no Wi-Fi. I needed to do my work, so you find ways to navigate around that,
Yeah, I jump on my neighbor Wi-Fi a few times. Well, when I moved to apartment the first time and my internet service provider didn't come.
Yeah.
The Wi-Fi was open, and when the Wi-Fi was going slow, I used to log into the router to got the password as admin.
Yeah.
So when they had problems, I used to go in and I even create a port forward on the router to to torrent. Something I create a port forward for, but I can't remember why. Anyway, that was my first hack. And after that, the worst thing I ever do was get into a student laptop and put one set of text files on the desktop saying you've been hacked with a batch file. I do that in the cafeteria in university.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was because the child had the person had network sharing on in their on the laptop now. So according to the article, 18-year-old hacker took responsibility for the attack, and how he took responsibility is that he went on their Slack channel and was saying, "Hi, I'm here to announce I'm a hacker and Uber has suffered a data breach." So he was telling all the employees, "Hey, we breached Uber, and men was like, "Wait, how you do that?" So what I find out is that security researchers, they usually have reporting. So he went and reported the security researcher exactly what he did. So here's a breakdown in one after the other. So hack Uber, step 1. You get the credentials of any user. But have a website that you could go on and just kind of see credentials in a spreadsheet, and you could just try them. Because
okay, that's some very good security practices out there, right?
Well, here we are. The website, right?
Yeah.
The website is basically a data dump of people's username and passwords from all over the internet. So it's very likely that probably the Uber employee used backup password now. So what he did is he put the employee name at uber.com, wherever it is, and then put the password that he probably used for his Gmail or he probably used for anywhere that had a data leak.
Yeah.
He take that. So you get into that. Once he got in there, two-factor authentication kind of kicked in, right? Two-factor authentication will send a message to the phone and saying, would you like to approve this login? and the employee chose no. But what the 18-year-old guy was doing, he basically just keep trying to log in and over the process of an hour, and the guy probably got the employee got probably about 60 prompts on his phone asking for multi-factor authentication. I think and they gave it a term, multi-factor fatigue.
Yeah, you more or less get fed up, you know.
But
After a while,
if you're on your phone
yeah,
and you're getting prompts over and over and over and over, that's somebody trying to log in,
yeah.
wouldn't you think like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you would think something wrong. You'll contact your admin or your administrator and find out what's going on. Don't just get fed up and say, well, yeah, you fed up, just let me accept it. Because clearly something going wrong.
yeah.
You know,
And then
clearly something up.
so the 18-year-old guy now, let me call him John. John was like, okay, he not biting and clicking yes. So he sent him a WhatsApp message. So he sent John a WhatsApp message, and John was like, hi, who's this? And John said, hi, I'm from Uber IT, and if you don't accept the two-factor authentication, you'll keep getting them.
I mean, I could probably understand if the Uber employees, you know, probably like are into, you know, somebody junior, somebody who probably don't have much experience, you know, they're probably kind of gullible or naive in that sense. But
Yeah.
I would like to find out the position of that employee, whether it's somebody, if it's somebody senior, then that's unacceptable.
Well, we go see. So he
don't
saw the
feel
WhatsApp
safe.
message. Well, somebody go find out. So the WhatsApp message now comes, and based on the WhatsApp message, he replies and says, sure, no problem. He accepted. So John gets into the system. But the Uber employee doesn't really have much access to anything except one shared drive. So John go on his shared drive and see a PowerShell script, which is basically a Windows script. For those of y'all listening, it's basically a way to write multiple commands one after the other, so you'll do things more efficiently and quickly. Inside that script, they had the admin password hard-coded. So they have the admin username and the admin password, probably not obfuscated in any way. It's just like,
And let me say, that's online security 101. You must never write your password or keep your password stored on your computer. I mean, if you need to write it down and keep it somewhere, that is like a last resort. But make sure, wherever you write that down, you put it somewhere that nobody have access to, you know?
but okay, from a coder perspective, right? You ever code anything with the password inside the code?
I mean, all right. From my as a developer,
Yeah.
yes, you do that, but you do that in like in your test environment. You're building a new system. When you're building a new system, you know, you have the different phases you go through. You're testing.
Yeah.
And more or less when you develop it, you test it. Then you have a little quality assurance, and then you move to production.
Right.
While you're testing, yeah, you lax on security. You don't really
Because they want to go fast, basically.
Yeah.
When you
And
test it,
sometimes
you
the
have to log
password
in
is
every
not
time.
strong or whatever. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah, at that point, yeah, even in QA, sometimes your password, you might have it there. But when you move to prod now, nah, you can't have stuff in your production systems with your password out there, especially if it's a front-facing service where touching the internet. Nah, you
Yeah.
can't do that. I mean, if there's something internal on the internet behind a firewall, even self, no, you're not supposed to do that.
So I kind of feel like a big company like Uber should not do that. But having worked in Trinidad, basically, I've seen some things in the IT department that you don't want to talk about. You don't want to mention. Like men in IT have post-its on the screen.
Yeah, all across the monitor passwords.
Underneath the keyboard and all kind of thing,
In
the
the
passwords
drawer,
and thing,
yeah.
and whatnot.
I mean, I've seen that. I've seen that a lot.
In the IT department, yeah.
Yep.
So my boy went to the PowerShell script. He saw the password. And that password gives him access to AWS, Amazon Web Services, Google Suite, VMware Sphere Dashboard, authentication managers, critical identity, and access to one service login. So he get access to the mother load. Every single thing. I talking about domain registration, emails, passwords, everything. He could have do anything and literally send the whole world in a frenzy because nobody Uber app could work. Because he could have go into the Google console, unpublish the app, he could unpublish it from the App Store, everything he could do. But he didn't.
I mean, where he's from the US?
They didn't say.
I mean, if he's from the US, I think his conscience probably get the better part of him because if he actually went there and do all that stuff, right now he probably would have been in jail.
So you tell him he's a grey hat.
Probably, you know, I mean, when he's 18, you know, probably not thinking that far ahead. You know, probably just do it for the thrill of it, you know.
I don't know, he's a grey hat hacker. I guess, I don't know, maybe. But what I want to believe is he probably didn't have time. Because sometimes when you're doing those things, you're like, how much time I have before the system lock me out or kick me out? Let me see all the things I could get, the amount of screenshots I could get, because obviously the first thing you'll look for is the clout. You're looking to be able to go and show other people that, hey, I got in here, got in there. And then he probably didn't try anything after. But let's think about it from Trinidad perspective, right? So think about like Massey and thing, right?
Yeah.
When the Massey hack happened, did we get any information, any insight about what took place, what data was breached or anything like that? I can't remember.
Honestly, I can't remember either, but I'll probably think no. I'll probably say no.
They did say that no customer data or no financial data was leaked. So no credit card information or anything like that was leaked in the Massey hack. But I wonder how the person got in, what they did.
Yeah.
Because it always starts social engineering. Nobody has hacked a system by just using a computer alone. They find the weakest human that they could find and break in. You watch Mr. Robot?
No.
You never watch Mr. Robot?
No.
But hold on.
Nah.
Go and watch Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
Like, that's the ultimate IT show. Every hack that they do inside it is real. Like, that man installed Kali Linux, he used all kind of authentication, he create worms, spoofing, MAC address, and all this stuff. You know, normally when you watch a show and you see them talk about hacking or computers, they just use what's that big words. Yeah. I watch a behind the scenes for Mr. Robot, and they actually got a consultant who was a hacker to teach them all the hacks. So watch Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
So long and short is Uber get hacked, and the person that did it, he didn't confess, but he basically showed it to all the security researchers, and the security researchers made Uber shut down everything. And I don't know if he was trying to get a bug bounty or anything like that. I don't know. You ever see anybody get a bug bounty?
No, not personally. I don't really think I've seen that in Trinidad either. You know? I don't think we do stuff like that.
Yeah. Like, there are people get Facebook bug bounties just by, like, spamming the login and getting into somebody's Facebook profile and thing. 15 grand by.
But I mean, what we could take away from this is don't hard code your password. Try to use a password manager as best as, you know. Don't just save it in your browser. You could use a password manager. Give you a better security, more like encryption, you know.
And also, if you get multiple multi-factor authentication prompts, it doesn't matter if you're in the beach on the holidays or whatnot, contact the IT department and let them know, because you're not supposed to pay us so much. Like, the one time my password get compromised, I get like 2 multi-factor authentications in the space of 2 minutes. And I was like, somebody get my password, but
Yeah, I mean that's how a lot of people
yeah,
here in Trinidad get hacked as well. You know,
yeah,
someone else's account probably get compromised, then they message you
yeah,
asking you to check your phone for a message or check your email for a message.
yeah,
And some people, you know, they're trusting that this person is the friend, a family member, you know,
yeah,
and unknowing they send that person the code or the link from the message, and as easy as that.
yeah, man.
Within minutes, they get access to their account, change all your password, change your email, and 9 out of 10 times when they contact Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they're not gonna help you. They have no way to get your accounts back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the
Well,
odd case, you
what
might get it back, but most times you wouldn't get it back.
what I did notice once is that when you put multiple recovery options, so you have a recovery email, you have a recovery phone, and you have the authentication, and you have the codes,
Yeah,
they give you a better chance because they'll ask you for all of those. Especially if you have the codes, you
yeah,
could
yeah, yeah.
use one of the codes. But the average Joe, they're not printing out no codes.
Yeah, most people. I
Checking
mean, sometimes I don't do it either. So,
I
you
know,
know?
but some people don't even put a phone number or a backup email.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just sign in and be like, skip, skip, skip. Don't put no email for backup and that thing. But I find out about things kicks, but Trinidad, yeah, make sure you be very careful how you
So
handle your passwords.
I have a question here on
Yeah,
since you're on this topic, and don't think I'm not seeing your questions. We just moving along with the topics and closer to the end, we'll go try and answer all the questions. But since
yeah,
this question related to this topic, you see any question as well?
yeah. Basic wood burn.
So since you're all on this topic, is there any legal way to find the location of the person who accessed a hacked account?
Um, in Trinidad or
I
like
mean,
in the US.
in the US, yeah, they probably got I guess you look at the see if you get the IP address. They could probably contact or subpoena whether it's
Comcast.
Facebook,
Yeah,
like direct to the company, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, get our login information, IP address, you know, and do all of that. But here in Trinidad, I'm not too sure how willing those companies would be to work with our authorities to
I
get,
don't
you know.
know. One day we'll have to get the draft legislation, the digital legislation, and see what happening.
Yeah.
Because I tried to find it, I couldn't find it. But yeah, there's a legal way the police could request data from any company in the US, and that company has to give it. The only
Yeah.
company that's fight that is Apple. Because Apple tell you that they can't get into the customer information because it encrypted on their device with the chip on an iPhone that is the secure enclave or some kind of thing, so the name of the chip is. So all the information is stored on the phone, and they say they don't keep it on the server. I don't believe that, but I mean, that happen all the time.
Oh, so I see you responding here. So he's kind of talking about if they make a call on your phone.
Oh,
Yeah, they could do that, but I mean, like if they hack
to get
your
from TSTT?
actual, yeah, they could. I think they could find your location like that. But if they actually hack your Instagram or Facebook account, I'm not too sure about.
no, nothing true that. Wasn't
If
supposed to
someone,
FB TikTok and last year you got it back. Well, I'm glad you got it back. That means they probably had a way to recover it. But a hacking thing, it happens a lot when, as you said, people just get these weird messages and follow along with it now. Yeah, but these screenshots are now on Facebook of people is responding to the WhatsApp, the Samsung thing. It's be like, hi friend, you want a Samsung Galaxy.
yeah,
Yeah. You know, while learning that you shouldn't respond to them. Because what it does do, it does give the number legitimacy. And if it gives the number legitimacy,
yeah,
then
they
they
will
will
know,
now
all right, have
know,
a chance.
yeah, that person is real. So
Yeah.
now if I could spoof their SIM and use that exact number, I could get a two-factor and thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So most people are still, even though it's kicks and thing,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
respond. Like even a robocall, when you got a robocall, don't answer it because they're just testing the waters to see if you
Yeah.
think. Yeah. I
That'd
mean,
be
one of
about
those times will break out. They curse you back. You get a bot to curse you back because it's bots to be doing it, you know.
Now sometimes it's real people
It's really
behind it.
what?
Most times it's somebody in Nigeria or
Nigeria, I think,
India.
yeah. Just have
Yeah,
these sweatshops.
yeah.
All right. Let's move on. Next story is
I think we
what's
could
that?
talk about, the video I posted yesterday. Oh, you had something else in mind.
Nah, that's getting paid.
What's that? Yeah. I mean, so posted that video yesterday of a young man. I don't know if you want to bring up the screenshot.
Yeah.
Right, a young man, a young teacher, more or less airing his grievances about going 3 months without getting paid as a teacher, and for me, somebody who has never really worked in the public service, that was kind of outrageous. Because if you tell me I'll go 3 months without getting paid, I mean, you can't go to the bank, you can't go to court, you can't go to nobody and say, I will pay you next 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you airing his grievances about it, and you're trying to figure out what's the cause, why it have this delay, and
That's
people in
what's up.
the ministry told him, is the PS needed to sign off on it. And then someone else told him it was because of the iris system. And that's what kind of caught my attention, You're more or less trying to put the blame on the system. But when you do a little more digging, look at other persons, I mean, other people kind of confirming it too in the comments, and people they talk to is really that the clerks not entering the information in a timely manner, for payroll to be processed in time, And my whole takeaway from that was, you're more or less trying to put blame on the system when it is you need to look at your process. Look at your process first. You need to analyze your process. You got to make sure if you have a paper-based process and you have 10 steps and you have real inefficiencies, you can just take that 10-step paper-based process and put it online. You're just setting yourself up to fail. You got to look at your people. At the end of the day, most people gonna be resistant to change. Because if you have somebody working paper for 10 years, right, and then you come and say we have this new system you have to use. So some people might be okay with it, but most people, don't really be okay with it. They might work as they used to, So you have to have proper change management, meaning you need to assess your people, make sure they're going to be competent with this new system. You have to do training, you have to talk to them, you have to communicate. So my whole thing is you can't just take technology and put it in a place and think it's a silver bullet and you're going to fix all your problems without looking at your people and your culture and the process you're trying to bring online.
So I probably picture it, right? Many people don't know, but when a teacher is new appointed to a school, they work without a salary for 2 to 3 months. At least that's what the MA says. You collect a letter, yada yada. I'll recently appointed and I had to wait 2 to 3 months. Are you familiar with the iris system, ma'am? Are you familiar with the year 2022? There's no justifiable reason for this to be on the planet. So, full disclosure, I'm a teacher. I teach at a school in Trinidad and Tobago. Those of you that know me know the school, but I ain't gonna say it because I don't want to be too extra critical. But this is facts. 100% facts. And if you don't go to the Ministry of Education and follow up on it, this could stretch on to at least 5 months sometimes. And the iris system being to blame for it, I don't think that's to blame because there are many private organizations that use the same iris system and it works fast, very fast. So this is this going on for since I teach in 11 years now. Since before my time.
Yeah, somebody in the comments said going on since 2003.
Yeah, long
I'm
time.
sure that probably before we had the iris system, going back to say that your process wasn't efficient before, and you probably just take the same thing, try and put it online, and
and the process of some government services, like you said, is clearly they take what the paper does and try to put the paper, even to the point where I see some of the downloadable forms that they put up.
Yeah.
They're asking for data that you already put in on the website already.
Yeah.
So like you ought to log in on the website and put in the information, and then they'd be like, okay, click this form and fill it out and bring it in. And half the stuff that you already type in, you
Yeah.
have to write it back over on the form, because obviously what it did is, okay, normally people just fill out this form, put the form on the website, let them download it, and that's a revolutionary thing sometimes. And I'm like, well, yeah, we have PDF
Yeah, I
access on the
see.
site.
I see it was a big thing earlier this year.
Yeah,
Licensing office actually had the forms online.
yeah, and you could get a PDF, and
Yeah.
I was like, JavaScript, your forms, collect information, store in database, print out. At least some of them you could print out this stuff, but yeah, that 2 to 3 months, that's normal. And even in some other government jobs, not even teachers, you had to wait that 2 to 3 months to get paid.
No, but for me, that was like, cause me personally, I know work 3 months without no pay. I used to even do, like, I used to do business and stuff. To even do
Yeah,
business, I always advocate at least get a down payment before
yeah.
you even start doing any work.
Half done, yeah, for
So
sure.
even to a percentage, sometimes, it be
Yeah.
a little flexible, but to go 3 months,
But the thing
three
is,
whole
they don't tell
months.
you, you know.
Yeah, they don't say
Like
nothing.
a teacher will just come to work, and then another teacher had to tell you, oh, this was happened.
Yeah.
And you like,
Yeah, so I mean, if you, alright, it might be all well and good for somebody who still live at home or whatever, but if you on your own and rent to pay, or mortgage, groceries, bills,
trust me, I know that, boy. I know that. And then here what they tell you, you get it as a lump sum.
yeah, you think I can't go to the bank and say next 3 months
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
give
pay
all
out.
my
Yeah.
my car loan payment. No, you're gonna get they're gonna charge you interest
Yeah,
or
that
late
is,
fees or whatever.
that's not cool. That's not cool. But such is life. So be it. That's how it is.
I have a problem with that. That it going on for
Yeah,
so
but what you do?
long.
What we gonna do?
I really be talking about it. Hopefully, if enough. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I really not sure.
You know, you wanna burn some tires?
Nah, I'm real good at that. I'll burn some virtual tires.
Start online to change.org.
Yeah.
Talking about change. Last story for tonight. The Ministry of Education digital transformation program. Right, so here they have this digital transformation program. I kind of skimmed through this website. I'm gonna try and go through it now. Hopefully the website mobile optimized, so when I zoom in, it will. Yes, all right. Because some websites when they zoom in, the text still
Yeah.
it hard code like the divs and them fighting each other. Anyhow, I'll go down to the little flower that they have. So they put a nice little flower. Let me get it in focus. All right, there's the flower here. Ebook platform, literacy and numeracy adaptive learning programs, student management system, device provision for staff, teachers, and students, quick response identification cards for students, school issue management system, scholarship bursaries, human resource,
Okay.
e-testing, student digital literacy, national online open and innovative school, open educators resources, school learning management system. Which one do you
So
think is the toughest one to put in place?
now what timeline for this stuff?
Yeah, they have a timeline. I don't know. No, we don't have a timeline.
I would say just from the bat, the student management system, because knowing how everybody working in silos, how much I'm not sure how much schools we have in Trinidad, but probably hundreds. But again, that's gonna be a real big project. Getting everybody to kind of be coordinated, getting all that data together, building a system, designing the architecture and whatever to make sure everything fully integrated, making sure, and again, making sure the people involved on board with the system and updating it in a timely manner and not leaving it for 3 months or whatever.
Well,
Making sure everything fully integrated. And also, apart from the technology side, there are a lot of students in Trinidad that don't necessarily have access to proper internet and the facilities to do stuff online, So that's our next part of that to consider as a
well,
major
they have all the
responsibility.
information from SCA at least, because for SCA, you had to fill out all the information, fill out the form, submit it and thing, and the school will get digital copy of all the students that pass through the school, right? That's a fact. From there, all kind of things happen. Students transfer, students migrate, they stop coming to school, they change their address, they live in by this parent, they by an aunt, they all that kind of thing. All that stuff does change. And to manage the student and then they had to choose subjects and what subjects they do and all that kind of stuff. The architecture for that, yeah,
And apart
no.
from that, I'm thinking they're going to have assessments or at least records of your assessments built into the system. So how you perform Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, your grades for different courses or whatever. That's how I thinking. When I say student management system, at least that's how I think. When I say student management, I think registration, grades, graduation, the whole spectrum, not just
Well,
like a general person information.
if anything, COVID showed us that we don't have anything close to that in place. Because when it was time to go online, one school using Zoom, next one using Teams, next one using Google Workspace, next one using Edmodo. Edmodo died yesterday, no, last week, the other, anyhow. But everybody had different things. And it turns out that I heard that the ministry was supposed to use Microsoft Teams because I think they have a contract at Microsoft in the ministry. I'm not too sure, but I believe that they were putting things in place. I can't be sure, don't quote me, but Teams was supposed to be the default platform, but then it wasn't rolled out in time, and COVID just basically forced everybody on Zoom. And then a lot of schools got Google Workspace installed, and they use Google Workspace because it linked well with Google Classroom, everything. And yeah, this.
Yeah,
But
I guess they could be in student management, they could start off just general basic information, but ideally when I hear student management, I think about everything
if they have a PDF,
eventually. Yeah.
access to real-time data to inform the decision-making process of homeschool community, parent portals for easy access to the child awards, reports, academic attendance, and discipline. Yeah, but it's exactly what you say.
Yeah.
Automatically generated reports gives principal time to more focus on operation, promote efficient data collection to enhance curriculum. Yeah, like real thing.
Yeah. I mean at least every teacher or somebody appointed in each school gonna be in charge of updating our system with the right information
Yeah.
each term after exams, when students coming in. And that's why I say that will be a big undertaking to make sure everything coordinated, make sure the data clean, get all the formats, and then integrating that back into
Let me tell you
one.
what the big one for me is e-testing. Because e-testing is not a simple thing. Like everybody think, well, you just cut costs, stop using paper, and e-testing. Yeah, but it's
I
real
don't think it could fully go e-testing. I mean, it could do a quiz or two, but there's certain like labs and stuff like that you can't really do. I don't think it could fully do e-testing.
pretty multiple choice for
Multiple
sure.
choice,
You
yeah.
could, but I think they want people to write on tablets and thing now.
No,
By
that's
pain.
not practical
pain.
at all.
And you see this thing here? You see that safe exam browser?
Yeah.
But I used that already. A real pain to configure sometimes. Because it's a browser basically where you can access anything, you only get the one tab and the wherever the exam is. You had to install that one by one. There is no sort of, well, I don't know. They could have updated by now. there was no sort of, like you have a Microsoft server and you could image all the machines in a lab one time. Yeah.
I use something similar to that. I did I'm not sure if you do certification. I did a certification and I more or less had to install software on my computer. But it had one examiner to me, so each person had their own individual examiner. They could see your whole desktop, can't have anything else open, and they would admit the exam to you. And before you do the exam, you had to lift up your laptop, show around the whole room, make sure nobody else there, and every single thing you do, they're looking at it through your the CNU and the CNU screen.
I think it had one with like eye tracking software and thing too. I think you was using that. No, one of my students who was like away, like you have eye tracking software. If you look away, you'll see a countdown timer come up on the screen.
Yeah.
Be like, look back quick, because then they will flag you.
This one I do, it had a human looking at you.
Wait.
So you couldn't do anything.
So here are the basic things they have for e-testing. A computer with a modern web browser. But then they said the safe exam browser installed in each computer. Like, so you need a browser to what? Install the browser? Like, I don't vex with the people that have to do these documents, because I honestly believe they are like competent people who will do this part. The breaking down, like one of the managers will say, okay, here Akim, give me the basic things I need to do for e-testing. And the smart person will come and say, like, okay, here's what you need, this, and whatnot. And then hand it to them, and they're like, all right, everybody, PDF up on the website. No. No proofreading or nothing. They just kind of trust the man, trust the person. So that is e-testing. And one more, real quick. You see this one with the ID cards, or the ID card one where quick response identification cards for students. Watch this one. Everybody should have a QR code. And they come into school and they go beep. So you check the roll one time, accountability.
We're gonna go beep you and have it on your phone, or you're gonna have a physical card?
I feel it's a physical card. Definitely. I feel a QR code identification card and reader platform. Yeah. So it had to be a physical card. So if you lose the ID card.
Alright, so what's the benefit of that? Like a major benefit of doing something like that? I can't really think.
Streamlining access to school-based services. So let me say you need to get a textbook. Your ID will allow you access to those textbooks. You scan your code and whatnot. Yeah, so like you might have the ebook app on your phone.
Okay, so you don't need to use a username and password. You just use it. But okay, so somebody else get access to your card, they can access it too.
Well, if they could hack, they could hack the school system. In addition to access to the school feeding program, because box lunch, everybody is just putting them on the box lunch list, but it's only going to take it when they want to. And some people who not on the list will take box lunch, I think.
When Ruthie come.
Yeah, well, on a Thursday, yeah. So parents could use the QR code to access individual student records, sort of end-of-term reports, I think. Yeah. Well, boy, so this tie back into the larger system. And look, they have it on our phone too. I guess they probably this had to be a generic picture they print. Had to be. I hope. I don't know. But I'm glad that there is a plan.
Yeah.
But then if the government change.
Yeah, because government's elections is in next 3 years. And at this time, I think so.
I don't know. When COVID, we had election in 2020. So yeah, 3 years, yeah. Well, 2.5 years.
It sounded like a major undertaking, ambitious one, so.
It's plenty. And seeing that the Ministry of Digital Transformation said they had a setback the other day.
I was gonna say, not to be negative or anything, but this is just facts. IT projects on a whole have one of the highest failure rates when you compare it to any other field. So, and just because most times it's because of time delays. You know, when you ain't do proper planning in the beginning and you try to assess everything, risk management, and you just go along with the flow.
Yeah.
Technology has changed at the blink of an eye. Things might change, your conditions might change, your requirements, whatever. That would cause it to go beyond your launch date. And that's probably what happened with this whole digital transformation thing. You ain't doing enough, you probably didn't do enough planning, or you didn't think about this, or, you know? And well, it
Yeah.
could be they did good planning, you never know. But with IT projects, you're always run the risk of going beyond your launch date
So,
because of the unpredictability.
was your worst project experience? You gotta give details, but
Which was project experience?
yeah.
Um, I can't think of one right now.
But all right, I'll tell you. I had
would-
to change over 60 computers in a location in one weekend. 60 computers and software, because they had to change over the whole software system and they change over all the hardware. And I worked from Friday night to Monday morning.
I would say this happens to me a lot, right? It's probably the projects where they come to you today and they need it yesterday.
Yeah.
They come to you today, they need it next 2 days, next 3 days. When you do something like that now,
Bugs.
I do development. So you're trying to build code, test, and whatever, and launch in 2 days, in 3 days, in a week.
Yeah.
You know, you do get enough time to plan, and then later down the road they will come back and bite you because
Tech
some
debt.
some little thing might not working and it
Yeah.
affect this amount of people. So
Tech debt is a
Yeah.
serious thing because
not non-technical people just kind of have the notion that, you know, sometimes it's just a copy and paste, so you flick a switch and that's it. But it don't be that simple.
definitely. I know that because even from like from a software perspective, when we had to build apps and thing, we never launch an app on the time that it was supposed to launch.
Yeah.
Never. Never. Because dog, so much things has go wrong. And that is even taking into consideration people getting sick. Current going, internet go down, all kind of thing. And you just be like, all right, yeah, we'll push it to next week. What's that? They said this, and I'll tell you, like the Google Play Store and the App Store,
Yeah.
when you had to put the app up, they have like two sets of different types of requirements.
Yeah,
and
no,
all that kind of thing that they meet.
Apple real strict on that.
Apple is not just strict. Apple is unreasonable.
Yeah, they actually
Because
make you
certain
pay
things-
another. You had to pay a fee every
You had to pay
year or
every year.
something.
Yeah, every year. With the Play Store, you had to pay once on your own.
Yeah, yeah.
Any amount of apps you want. But here the kicker. Let me say you have 10 apps on the App Store. If one of them apps not compliant, you can't update the other 9 until they fix the one that not compliant. And I was like, what? When my developer tell me that, she's like,
Yeah.
sir, you wouldn't believe this. I was like, tell me, it's Apple. I ready for anything. Like, we can't update any other app until this one fixed. So now all your resources had to get pulled from every other project to say, hey, fix that
this
one
app.
thing. And the one thing could be as simple as you
Yeah,
have
no.
a picture
Simple
of
and
something
so, yeah,
up
yeah.
that you don't want. But yeah, that's how things go. So I'll see how this thing, cause being in the school system, I know that there's a real pushback and real issues and real login because there's so many digital things that teachers could use right now,
Yeah.
but we don't use all of them. Even like accessing a pay slip online and thing, you could do that, but the way to log in, antiquated, you had to put in
VPN and stuff.
not VPN, the security questions, but
Yeah, every time.
yeah, every time you had to answer security. What city you were you born in? What's your favorite pet? And and some people not trying to remember them things. I don't remember what they put in. Yeah.
I mean, I look someone.
Was that on TikTok? Search on what did they create an app where you can do a search to find and locate food items. In Trinidad, that in Trinidad already, right?
Yeah, I
That in
think
Trinidad.
so. I mean,
I know. Like when you're creating apps, you have to check the market and decide, will this fill a need that isn't filled already? And if it is filling a need that already filled already, how are you going to compete to make the people change? Like how much rideshare apps we have?
a lot.
It's about 6 rideshare apps right now, you know.
Even marketplaces. Yeah, over
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
Yep, a lot.
Yeah. Like thinking about them things,
I
you kind of be
mean,
like,
there's not to discourage you, but you had to kind of think about as well, Andrea was saying, and think about, yeah, you create an app, how you gonna get people to actually download the app? And
yeah,
after they download it, how you gonna get them to actually use the app?
yeah,
Because I have a lot of apps on my phone that I don't use. And creating an app, well, if you're gonna do it yourself, okay. But creating an app, if you had to outsource it or you hire somebody to create an app, it's much more expensive to create an app versus a website. So
yeah.
sometimes you might have to think about, would a mobile optimized website be the better choice versus an app? So you have to think about all of that, the cost, all of that, and before
And
you.
then the dynamics of the people, like Trinidadians, they just like things to be handed to them now. Like nobody's really go and Google something. They need to see it come up on their feed. They need to see it shared by somebody, and they need to see a link there and click on it one time, and then something will be real popular in 1 week, and then bam, done because it's a real hype culture now.
Yeah,
So I hear you, boy, Nathan. I understand. Like just search for it, you might find one. But when you think about those things, like if you ask me to create an app, it ain't as easy because our ecosystem.
then you have to think about Android, iOS. That of course go up again
Yeah,
if you're developing for both platforms. I mean, it's a
you could cross
stuff you
develop
could do to,
with Flutter.
but when it's time to put them on the App Store
Yeah,
and the Play Store, that next cost there. So,
yeah, I real thing.
you have to think ahead like that. Not just you want to create that, but think about, and then come back and see if it makes sense.
Feasibility, boy.
Yeah.
As well teach the my comp sci students.
Yeah.
Feasibility studies has killed many dreams.
Yeah.
Many.
It had a question earlier on.
What's that?
I'm not sure if the person here, but we can still say, I don't know if your eSIM phone is stolen, how hard it is for the thief, to use your phone. And I think like if your eSIM phone is stolen, at least from what I read, right? Someone steals your eSIM phone, they can't really change the number because I think the changing number is there's on current SIM cards you have a PUK code.
Yeah, PUK, yeah.
I think on your eSIMs you'll have something similar. When you go to try to change your eSIM, it might either ask you for your device password or your some type of code. So unless that person has your password, they wouldn't be able to change
Or
your
your
eSIM.
fingerprint, or they're using the biometrics too.
Yeah,
They use the
they
biometrics.
wouldn't
So
be
yeah.
able to change your password, which means if they steal your phone, grab your phone, run, they put it on, it'll be easy to track because they're connected to unless they
Yeah.
turn off the network capability. It would make sense using a phone that they can't make any calls or anything. At least that's how I think.
And I think also if on some Android phones, I believe, if your phone is locked and you swap the SIM and the phone is locked, the network do come on unless you unlock it. I believe I read that once. I never tested, I never see it, but I
Yeah.
believe that once your phone locked. To me, I don't know why people are still thief phones.
Yeah. But it's so easy to track.
Yeah, so you still track and you're going and get a brick
Yeah,
after
it can.
if the person have any sort of proper security. Because even if your factory is set up, the first thing they're going to ask you
Is your
is to put back
password.
on the password from that was on the phone before. And gone are the days where, like on Android phones, you could have root them and change the bootloader and all that kind of thing. You can't do that no more. So,
Okay.
different phones,
I mean,
That's, you know,
people probably see it as quick money. You know, they might take a phone and tell somebody, "Hey, this phone," and they might convince you that yeah, this phone unlocked. You're getting money and you go on about your business. So
iCloud lock. You know,
yeah,
that's the biggest code. iCloud lock. Just put it on working.
yeah. That's papa. So.
Yeah, perfect. So, nah, like real pain.
Yeah,
Anyhow, what time it is? 10 to 9? Well, we went long by.
yeah.
And the time just flew by. Right, so all the folks on YouTube that came, thank you very much to TT Storm Chaser, Javish, Ren, and Anton. You all came to the second beta. Just remember, you were here when it all started. And the folks down on TikTok, well, we go stay on the TikTok live a little bit and do like a after live. I just finished up through, but I'm going to stop the YouTube stream right now. So thanks again for coming for beta 2. Next week we'll have beta 3, where, well, I'm a little lower third and thing now. So we might snazzy it up on gal intro by next week and thing and see how it goes. So that's it for tonight on YouTube, TikTok, only hold on there. Then we could talk a little bit again. So I'll see you all next week. What time? 8 o'clock, yeah. 8
Yeah.
While my neighbor plays Leon Rhymes in the background and Taylor Swift. You hear now?
No.
Okay, cool. Well,
Hey,